This first tweet comes from this girl named Felita. She would like to talk about the cartel. She wanted to stop them. And as we know, if you don't, leave the cartel alone. Don't mention them. Don't bring them up on social media, because if they get a hold of you, it's too late. There's no going back.
No question, the Gulf Cartel is among the most powerful criminal organizations in the entire country.
Well, on Twitter, the cartel noticed some tweets that she would put out that they did not like. But then all of a sudden, she goes missing. She disappears. Nobody knows where she's at. But then days later, a tweet comes out from her. And that's what the tweet said. Amigos, friends and family, my real name is Maria Rosario Fuentes Rubio. Today, my life has come to an end. Now, when everybody that knew her seen this tweet, people was very concerned because she's been gone for days. She hasn't been texting family, friends. She just disappeared. So they was like, what does she mean by my life has come to an end? Well, it turned out was the cartel actually had her phone. She was kidnapped. When they took her phone and kidnapped her, they the ones who sent out this tweet. And as you can see, there's more tweets that the cartel was putting on her Twitter page. And it was basically saying, friends and family, do not make the same mistakes that she made. Speaking about us, basically spreading information that she don't need to be talking about. Just mind your business. Don't worry about what's over here and you will be okay. If you worry about what's over here, well, you may find yourself getting kidnapped as well.
The FBI office in San Francisco just released unseen surveillance videos from the moment Monica De Leon Barba was abducted last November.
Authorities say Barba was targeted.
They hunted, they waited for my sister, and they didn't move with urgency. You see them and it's repulsive.
Mind your business when it comes to the cartel. Please. Yes, I'm talking to you. But then they tweeted out this photo of her. They ended up making her taking this photo because right after this photo, they ended up tweeting out her body. Obviously, I can't put that on here, but right after that photo, they murdered her and posted a picture on Twitter. This was very scary, very spooky, and everyone just got hit off guard because nobody expects something like this to even happen to her. How she was murdered, she was shot. But moving on, because it is about to get scary. Snacks! At this point, at least 90% of y'all always have y'all snacks. 90%. That's a ton. If you're into the spooky, strange, dark, and mysterious type of videos in storytelling form, I'm here to bring y'all that. I did with my last video. Look at her. She's stalking me. Look at her. Bruh. Why are you stalking me? She's being so creepy right now. What is she doing? What are you doing? Bruh, she just staring. What's wrong? With that being said, y'all, GGYS. Shout out to Corey X Kenshin. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. GGYS. Go get your snacks.
I just started off in your world.
In this next tweet, this guy remains unidentified. He's a complete mystery still to this day. This was going to make this tweet very terrifying, mind you. As you can see, you see this girl laying down. She's currently asleep. And then above this picture, this guy says, somebody put something in her drink. Anyways, me and my brother are about to R-word this B. At this very moment, people was like, okay, she's not this girl that's just sleeping. She's obviously passed out because somebody put something in her drink and they're about to take advantage of her. But he then says, this was just a joke. You couldn't tell that this was a joke? I would never do anything like that, ever. We're just joking. We're just joking. Obviously, nobody believed him. But he will put out these tweets because, you know, he's just joking. And he says, people make jokes about that every day. Maybe you don't hear it, but I do. Then he tells more people, jokes are being made constantly. There's no way to control it. Get it? So get over it. This other tweet is kind of out of context because we don't know what they was talking about before this, but he says, I'm not your R word, and I told you, forgive him. But of course you won't. He was basically saying that he's not the R word, his brother was, but he want that person to forgive his brother for doing that to that girl. So people was like, well, call the cops on your brother, call the police, what are you doing? And he said this, stop telling me to call the police. If I look like snitching. So obviously, this whole situation looks real. It's not a joke. He looked like he's mad and upset by that tweet. So maybe something did happen behind the scenes that me and you both can guess, because you put all capital letters like this was a serious situation. Why not just say it was a joke again like you was currently saying? Oh, by the way, below that tweet he says, her pulse not even beating no more. Hashtag I'm out. At this point, a lot of people believe, yeah, this guy is joking, because why would he basically snitch on himself. Yeah, we don't know who he is. Yeah, it's kind of hard to track and identify him. People was just like, you know what, we're going to get the police involved so they can do an investigation on this. There's no evidence that there was an investigation even done on this. This guy still remains a mystery, and there's no evidence if this is fake or real. Because it's like, why are you tweeting this? But we understand in this world that there is crazy people who would do something like this because they want to feel in control of the situation, and people can't do nothing about it because it's from a tweet. And if you tweet something, the only thing you can do is read and report it. And as we know, a lot of murderers, they love to be in control. This is one of the common traits that these people have.
Enjoyment of the suffering of others is a key quality. Love of control and domination of others, etc. Half of them are loners, use serial as a way of having a one-night stand where they and woman then.
So it's not too far-fetched if this guy did do something to her. But as of now, all we can do is say yeah or no, and not even know deep down what actually happened. So what do you think happened? Now, I want to refresh our memory on this next tweet because it went viral. When I tell you the world was literally shocked by this, we all was. And it makes it terrifying and creepy because it really sometimes be the ones you think love you the most. This girl named Skyler, she disappeared. Nobody could find her. The family did a search on her. Long story short, she ended up being found. But people didn't really know how she died at first. While she was dead, what ended up actually happening was her two best friends, Rachel and Sheila, actually set her up. You can see on CCTV her getting in the car, and they brought her to a nearby woods to smoke.
This is her old window because in the one photo that I saw where she has a bench out laying on the ground, you can see a drain, a weird drain, and you can see that drain right here.
While she wasn't looking, they got a knife and they ended up murdering her. They said on 1, 2, 3, go, or 3, 2, 1, go. So obviously, during the time she was missing, not alive, the two best friends obviously know this because they're the ones that murdered her. They was putting out tweets like this. We really did go on 3.
During the next school year, rumors definitely started to fly around. A lot of the kids believed that Sheila and Rachel definitely had something to do with Skyler's disappearance. And that pressure was starting to build, at least for Rachel.
And then when her body was discovered, Sheila, one of the girls, she posted on Twitter, "Rest easy, Skyler. You will always be my best friend. I miss you more than you could ever know." What a snake. Like, that is crazy. Rachel received 30 years in prison. Sheila received a life sentence with the possibility of parole.
But this idea or plan wasn't exactly new. In fact, Sheila and Rachel had been overheard discussing ways to dispose of a body or saying things like, "we should her," almost a year earlier. But all of that talk was just dismissed as jokes.
Next tweet comes from this guy. You can see he's posing in the photo. He says, "I'm so effing cool." But is he really? He tweeted this tweet: "I need to move out of my place before I viciously murder my roommates." The next day, he ended up calling 911. The guy was arrested for murdering his roommate. He was not playing when he said that. He also tweeted this after the murder: "This is my bed, no roommate." Him and his roommate been living together for at least 2 months. Now, what you have to understand, people do roommates with strangers because help with the bills, and that's usually the main reason, to help with bills. You invite the stranger into your home, you rent out the room and help with the bills. People do this. But he did not like his roommate, so he murdered him. People notice as they look back in his timeline of tweets that he had this obsession. What's the obsession about? Well, let's see. "Someone sell me a gun. I want to go shooting, man. I need to buy a gun. I wish I had a gun. I'd feel safer. Get me a gun." We see his obsession. The guy is going cuckoo for a gun. He also tweeted out, "Holy sh! Buying a gun was easy." The next day, he tweeted out that tweet about his roommate and then murdered his roommate with that gun that he bought. This is why this went viral, because it was the meaning behind this whole case. People was basically telling people, always follow your roommate on social media months before even trying to move in with this person. Twitter, go back to the timelines. Instagram, try to find their old Instagram accounts. Facebook, Musical.ly days. Find everything. See what little things they've been posting. If they're off, if they're weird, if you worried about anything, do not risk it, because it will save your life. Or just don't get a roommate. Real talk. What? This photo on Twitter was going extremely viral for one reason. This random person just put the screenshot of a surveillance camera of a lady walking. The reason why I started to go viral was because everybody was like, have you heard the story behind this? People will all put that in the comment section. Yeah, the story was crazy. Have you heard of it? And then there was more people putting a screenshot of the surveillance camera on Twitter saying, do anybody know where the rest of this footage is? Because people were saying that this story is crazy. Just going crazy over this story. Mind you, this was not going viral in America. It was in another country. It was in a Spanish speaking country. This is important, but I'm gonna tell you why later. But people was talking about this for days, trying to figure out where's the surveillance footage? Why is this so crazy? Then one person put out, well, this video is very graphic. If you look at this video, it just looked like a normal video, but she's walking from work. As she was walking from work, a man approached her. You can see the two talking, and he ended up pulling out a sharp object and doing it to her multiple times and just walking off. And on footage, you can see the lady begging for help, asking and crawling and hoping for help, and there was no help. She ended up passing away, and the story was very viral around this country in this area because things like this don't happen like that. Now, of course, if you see it on Twitter in America, it's like, oh, that's just a normal day. Oh, it's this America. We used to seeing crazy things like that, but they was not. So it was going extremely viral all around Twitter. People was like, oh, I want to see the footage. And when they seen the footage, they was terrified. Side note, this guy did this for absolutely no reason. He was arrested. This is why I always say, ladies, I don't care what it is, you have to carry protection in some way, shape, or form. People do believe, though, the reason why he did do it is because he was asking for her number, trying to approach her. She ended up declining. He didn't like it and he got mad. But obviously there's no audio in the surveillance, but that's the most logical answer. But obviously people do dumb things for no reason, so you just never know. With that being said, y'all, thank you for watching. Let me give you a little hug real quick. I hope y'all enjoyed this spooky, strange, mystery, dark video. With that being said, y'all know I got y'all with Morty. Stay aware, stay safe. I do love y'all. Take care, and bye. She's mad about something. That's why she's staring at me like that.